Have you ever heard the phrase, always the bridesmaid and never the bride? Yeah, good one, right? Good one. That brings back good memories, I'm sure. Do you ever feel that way in your network marketing business? Do you ever feel like you're always cheering somebody else on, but you're not the one that's getting cheered on because you never feel like you're hitting those spots, those markers, those places there people are like, yay, good job. Yeah. What if we change that? What if you decided that in the last 60 days of 2021, yeah, we're just about there. True story. What if you decided in the last 2 months of 2021 that you were going to be the bride, darn it, and not be the bridesmaid? What would that do for your business, for your sales, for your recruitment? What would that do for your self-esteem? How would you feel? And how would that change your trajectory of not only what you're doing now, but what you do in 2022? We're going to talk about how you can get that feeling, that momentum, that excitement of being the bride in the next 60 days rather than just being the bridesmaid. We'll be right back. Before we start talking about all bridesmaids and brides and things, let's talk numbers. Crickets, did you run away? Okay. Y'all know that the concept of making sure that you are making money or being aware of where your money is being spent or how much money you're making in your network marketing business throughout the year, as opposed to just at tax time, has been a big goal of mine, a big thing that I've wanted to make sure happens for you. It's been something that I teach my Social Stories members and talk to them about on the regular, especially when holiday time comes in. Because let's give free to everybody. It's like, wait a moment. Make sure what's going out is coming in. Anyway, I digress. The reason I bring that up right now is because it's been a labor of love for me, and probably partially because I don't necessarily love figuring out all the numbers, but what I do and always have loved is filling them into a spreadsheet. I'm that girl. I love to see it. And so I love to see it. I love to know it, but perhaps all the minutia is not my thing. And that is why I created the CEO of You Business Tracker Bundle. Now ta-da, because I know how important it is for you to know your numbers. And one of the biggest mistakes that we make as uplines and companies make, and we make when we join a business, is we don't keep track of our numbers. So what if you had a tracker? What if you had a tracker that allowed you and gave you the capabilities to see all and know all the things, to be able to know what your personal volume is, what your team volume is, for you to be able to set your goals and see how you're doing with those, to know your expenses on a monthly basis, as well as your income. Sometimes some of you get paid like once a week. We get paid once a month. What if you could look at that and see all that information? I got to tell you, it's been truly a labor of love. Truly. And by Jove, I think we've got it. And I cannot wait for you to see this amazing bundle. Now, I'm going to be frank with you. You know, Frank, I'm Roxanne. You know that it's something you should be looking at. And so I want to invite you to go to the website, CEO Business Tracker, ceobusinesstracker.com, to check it out. Here's the great thing. For the next 2 weeks, 2-week tour, it is on Black Friday special. That's right. My Black Friday specials are, I'm not waiting until Black Friday because you and I know it's too late. It's right now. You can get it for half off. That's 50% off of the price that it will go up to. I recommend you go take a look at it and think about the possibilities. I got to tell you, when I showed, and something that you need to know as well too, not only was this created by experts in network marketing like myself, it was also tested by my clients and custom made for them. And they love it. One of the things that was said immediately was like, this is gonna be great for tax time too. I'm like, yes, I want it to be great for all year round. Anyhow, check it out, CEO Business Tracker, ceobusinesstracker.com. You don't want to miss it. And I know you don't want to miss the special deal. So check it out there. We'll be right back. I think I should have gotten dressed up in a bridesmaid's dress for this podcast, but I don't have one. Do I have one? There's one that I was like, you get rid of them. There was one that my friend Tanya's wedding. I thought, I'm going to keep you. Did I keep you? Anyway, it's too late. It's too late, baby. No, we're going to go right into it. But tell me this thing. Tell me something real. Tell me something good. Have you felt like everyone else is doing things in their business and they're the ones that are getting up there and everyone's like, how did you do it? Tell us more. And you're like, that's never me. I always feel like I'm, dare I say the word, behind. First of all, you're not, because you're not ahead. You're not behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, just in case you didn't remember that. But secondly, let's change that. Because even though behind is not a thing, and if you listen to the Roxtalka podcast, you know that, doesn't mean you don't feel it sometimes. So why stay on the sidelines? Why be the second string quarterback waiting for the first string to decide they want to move on or take a week off, be on injured reserve? Let's get in the game. Get your head in the game. Y'all, I am like singing a lot of songs today. Forgive me. Sorry, not sorry. Maybe I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. So what do? We have 60 days. I don't care what the last 9 months, last 10 months, I got it. What the last 10 months of 2021 have or have not been to you. I don't care. That sounds harsh. It's not meant to be harsh. It's meant to let you know that it doesn't matter what you've done. It matters what you're doing right now and what you're going to do. So I want to challenge you to decide that you are the stinking bride. Don't be a bridezilla, but be a bride, be an amazing, the best bride ever. And that means you're going to make decisions in your life in the next 2 months for your business that are bride decisions, similar to, I don't know, CEO decisions. But sometimes when I say CEO, you might think, oh, I don't know, me CEO. But somehow, ladies, we know how a bride shall behave because we've either been a bride or we've been a bridesmaid. Maybe you've been the mother of the bride, mother of the groom. You know how a bride acts. And there's, like I said, not bridezilla, but a bride knows what she wants and a bride goes for it. If she wants to come in an alpaca for her wedding, by Jove, she's going to do it. So I want you to put on your bride veil for a moment, shall we? And my question for you right now is, as a bride, what are those things that you thought, man, I'd love to have it in my wedding of the last 2 months of the year, but I don't know if I can because it's not my wedding. Wait, it is your wedding. What are the things that are so audacious and outstanding and like go-getting and ball busting that you have wanted to do or accomplish? What are they? Make a list. Check it twice. We don't care if it's naughty or nice. Make that list. And I'm going to challenge you. There needs to be at least 5 things on the list. What? Yes. Because I know there's 5 things at least that you have said, man, I would like to, or, oh, what about this? Or no, I shouldn't. I should wait till my upline. She's the bride. When my upline makes that idea, then as the bridesmaid, I'll go and do it. Or when brides.com says, this is a trend, AKA your company, then I'll go and do it. Then it's okay to have an alpaca at my wedding. Heck no. You know what makes weddings so interesting? I was a wedding planner for years. Believe it or not, I was a wedding planner. And here's what I know. What makes weddings interesting is when people bring their own flavor to the wedding. Not the trend, but the thing that is true to them. And what have I told you time after time in this podcast? And if you're a Social Stories member, what do you know? Your uniqueness is what is compelling. Your uniqueness is what people remember. I don't remember the cookie cutter weddings. I don't remember the cookie cutter brides. I remember the brides or the weddings where things were done in a unique way that was true and real to the bride, that was authentic to the bride and the groom. So what are those things that you've been wanting to do? Was there an experience, experiences as in events that you wanted to do? Was there a special that you wanted to do? Was there some type of way you wanted to communicate with your clients that you wanted to do? Was there a social media post or a live that you wanted to do? Maybe you wanted to invite someone on to talk about something and you were just so darn nervous. You were like, that's not appropriate. I'm not at that level yet in my business. I have to wait until I'm a bride and then you are the bride. Do it. Make a list of 5 things. Now, believe it or not, I'm not going to make you do all 5 things, but if you have time to, you do it, baby. You do it. You go, girl. You add the alpaca and all the things to your wedding. Yes. You ask that superstar to come and sing at your wedding. Why not? They might do it. You don't know. But make that list of 5. Once you've made that list of 5, you're going to, and if you can name this song, please, it just came to my head, but I'm stopping myself for a second. If you can name this song, where this song originated that I'm about to sing, please DM me on Instagram at Roxtalks with it. And I will put that thing will be up on stories so quickly. Put your mind to it, go for it. And yes, you may break a sweat, but you're going to rock and roll and you ain't seen nothing yet. So once you figured out what that one thing is, pick one of them, go for it, do it. Put your mind to it. Go for it. We're going to break a sweat, rock and roll. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. My guess is there's nothing so audaciously inappropriate that you're going to put out there and do. I'm really seriously, that is going to be so like, oh my gosh, she put hamburgers on her leggings. It's not going to be like that. In what area? It's going to be something that is authentically you, that is going to help you grow. It's something that you would do if you were the bride, you would do if you were the CEO, but you're not doing now because you feel like you're a glorified salesperson and you feel like you're the bridesmaid and not the maid of honor either. No, you're not the maid of honor. You're the one that someone said, I guess we need to ask so-and-so because, well, she's such and such to so-and-so and so. And so. So get up there. Be the bride you are. Take control of this wedding. This is your wedding. And make it happen. Don't wait for the holiday specials to come from your upline or the holiday bundles to come from your company. I heard just the other day, I heard someone say to me, yeah, my time, like the time I have to coordinate things is right now, but I'm going to wait and see when my company said this to me. I'm going to wait to see my company comes out with some holiday bundles because maybe they have something and it's easy. I'll just grab that. Okay. Easy is cute, but easy is not how it was coming either. I'm like, wait. So when are they coming out with the bundles? I don't know. And when they come out with them last year, at the end of November, the tippy end, and you're going to wait, you have time right now, mid-October when we're recording this, and you're going to wait till potentially end of November or when they get around to it. That is being the bridesmaid. We don't do that. We are brides here. You are CEOs. You can do this. And here's the great thing about a bride. You ready for the great thing about a bride? Nobody says to someone, oh, well, you're only a first-time bride, so you don't have to get the wedding of your dreams. Said by no one ever. You get my point. So if you're new, or if you feel like you're not at a certain level yet, that's not a thing when we talk about brides. It's your first wedding. We got to go in there. This could be your last wedding, your only wedding. Let's make it how you want to make it. You go for it. I want you to be thinking like that. Like you're getting married for the first time and you are the bride and you're going to make it the best wedding ever. Can you do that? Can you make the next 60 days the best wedding ever? Can you be the best bride ever? And the wedding is how you conduct your business and what you put into it and how you go for things and don't just let things be told. This is not a wedding where you're going to let your mother plan it or his mother. It's your vision, your time. Because frankly, your mother / your upline has their own wedding. Let them do them. This one's yours. We'll be right back with Behind the Scenes. So I have to tell you, first of all, I want to thank everyone who's been listening to the special mini podcast, Alula Whoa, y'all, that I did with Colleen Nichols and Megan Summerall. The amount of you that have been listening to it and the feedback that I've been getting is meaningful. Now, don't get me wrong. I've gotten some feedback saying, I don't like such and such and such. And when you did such and such, which is A-okay. Thank you. I received that. And I've gotten personally feedback from y'all. First of all, in the reviews, like, thank you. And if you haven't listened to it, please listen to it and please review it on Apple, because the more we get on there, the more they're going to show it as news and noteworthy. And so we can be there where all these anti-MLM podcasts ours can be there going, hey, we're real. We are, come on, give us our just. Network marketing is amazing. So here's the thing. I have to just shout out to my girl, we'll call her MJ, because she reached out to me and it was really, really touching. And she said, I was listening to the second episode of the podcast, which, just so you guys know, the second episode of Lula Woe was the one I promised myself, I promised Colleen, I promised Megan, and I promised you, the listener, that it would be unfiltered, that it would be raw, and that would be really honest and open and all the things. And when you get into discussion with people you're comfortable with and you're talking about all things network marketing, you really don't know where the conversation is going to go. And you don't know what is going to come out of your mouth and in a safe space. And so for me, I felt the most vulnerable in the second episode. And if you've listened to it, you know why. And I said some things that I've never said publicly about my experience in network marketing. And so when it was done, it was so funny because maybe the look on my face, I don't know what, but Colleen literally said, and it's still on post, she's like, please don't edit this out. And I was like, yeah, I said I would be unfiltered. And she just reminded me. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're going to keep this. But that was the one that I'm like, all right, Roxanne, release this, do it. And so hearing from MJ, who reached out to me and said, I'm just like you. And I know exactly when you described how you felt, I have felt and do feel the same way right now. I live that in my network marketing company. And she said, I barely fit in. She said, she made me laugh. She's like, who am I kidding? I don't fit in. I stick out now. It was just, thank you for that, first of all. And it was a reminder to me that even if that conversation made me feel uncomfortable because I'm like, oh my gosh, that was raw. But also if it made you feel uncomfortable because maybe you didn't think about it that way, that's okay. We can have uncomfortable conversations. We can respectfully have those. And so there it is. So that was like okay, breathing. And even what's ironically, even those who were like, I didn't like it because of blah, 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 or, you guys were a little bit harsh on that. I'm like, oh, what about this? We loved that conversation. So I guess that conversation needed to be had. Things happen the way they're supposed to happen. Also, if you haven't heard, I have been working tirelessly over the last, golly, if I look back on it, directly for the month, but longer than that in my head. Because, you have these ideas and it's like, how do I even get that out on paper? And how do I make it? And even though I got Megan Summerall in my back pocket. So I had guidance and a vision of what I wanted or how to make it make sense, right? Because she's great at that. I really had a vision for this business tracker bundle. The need was there and I had a vision for it. But do you know how hard it is to articulate that vision and make that happen and then make it happen on a spreadsheet and make it happen automatically? So it's something that you can use whether you are a novice or advanced at spreadsheets. And most of us are on the novice area. I am so thrilled with how the COVU business tracker bundle has turned out. I cannot wait for you to get it into your hands and use it over and over again, because what I know is this: When you know your numbers, it gives you power. It's just like when we talk about having your list, it is. A list is one part of the pie. The numbers is another part of an important part of the pie for you, of you being a CEO of your business. And what's so exciting is knowing and seeing those using it already who have a focus on how their business is going and what their business is doing and what trends are going on and how close they are to their goals. And it's a great place to be. And crossing over and getting it and using it, what you're going to find is that the ability to really have a handle on your business going into the last 60 days, holiday, going into 2022 is going to give you peace of mind, confidence, and the ability to make wonderful decisions for your business. So I cannot wait for you to like grab it. Well, the website is CEO Bundle Tracker. No, just kidding. CEObusinesstracker.com. CEObusinesstracker.com. Of course, the link will be in the show notes as well too. So check it out. Other than that, we are thriving. We are talking about getting Baylor a little sister. We'll see. That may happen soon. Stay tuned. When it comes to my dogs, I knew my dogs' names before I had my first dog. True story. So we already know her name and we're already using her name and whatnot. So it's just a matter of her coming. She's going to be another Yorkie because that's what I do, Yorkies. But we don't know, moving to California, my dogs came from Austin or from Texas, I should say, not necessarily just Austin. Trying to figure out where and how and the best way and the most responsible way and all those things. We're working on that. So stay tuned because there may be another little family member running around here in the background soon. So stay tuned. Other than that, y'all, let's do this. October's almost over, which means November. Happy holidays. And we know it's in swing. I'm hearing a lot of you reach out to me and say, Roxanne, you're right. Those things you were saying 2 months ago, 3 months ago about shipping, about inventory, that has come true. By the way, I don't make those things up. I check and I look at, and I'm in all the retail spaces and I see that. I think it comes from my my home shopping background. So I check the trades and things and I saw it coming. And so it's almost here. No, just kidding. It's here. So there is this, oh my goodness, I need to buy my my Christmas, my holiday gifts now. Here's the thing. When people feel that panic, anything they see, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I need to get that scarves. I need to get comfy socks. Be in that conversation, will you? Make sure you're being present with the things you want people to know that they can have. That's a great solution to their problem. Not only the problem of I need to get a Christmas gifts, but this is something that's actually meaningful because that is going to go a lot farther. There will be some remorse on what did I buy so-and-so this year? If it's in a rush, right? And the rush is now. So make sure you're in that conversation, be present in that conversation, show up in that conversation and know that you have a little more leeway for the next 60 days because people expect you to be talking about buying things because it's the holiday. Happy holidays. All right. That was a little oomph I was going to give you, but I want to thank you so much for being a supporter of the Roxtalka podcast. How do you support it? You ask. No, it's not one of those like asks like Rick Steves and it's like, and I'll give you a book. No, it's not a monetary ask. You take time and your time is more valuable than your money to listen to this podcast. So thank you for that. And I also want to, and if you want to support another way, please don't hesitate to go and review it. Or rate it wherever you do listen to podcasts. With this one, just wherever you listen to it, rate it, review it, and share it. Share it on your social media. Share it one-on-one to someone you know, because we're doing it. We're doing the do here. We're helping people. We're helping network marketers like you really take control of their business. And that's just going to increase the longevity of our industry. And of course, it's going to absolutely help the reputation of our industry when you put these things you learn here, the Roxtalka podcast, into effect. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. You are not ahead. You're not behind. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week for another episode of Roxtalks. Bye.